beauties, today we're going to have a chatty little get ready with me video. I received an email from a subscriber asking me if I could elaborate on the type of eye disease I have and how I ended up blind in one eye and at this point in my life. So we're going to do a chatty get ready with me. We're going to do makeup, and as you can see right now, all I have on is my moisturizer. And I did my eyebrows because they take me so long. I put a primer on my lid, the Balm, put a lid on it on my eyes. Over that, I put some concealer. So, and also I'm going to be trying out a new foundation tonight. The foundation I'm going to use is by Estee Lauder. And I will do a separate video on it, but I would like to wear it a few days before I give you any kind of recommendation on it. So, but today I will be putting this foundation on. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is put a primer under my eyes. The primer I'm going to use is by SmashBox, and it's an under eye primer. Yeah, my eye disease started when I was 3 years old. Like I think I said something about it in another video. And at that time, my mom said my left eye became very irritated and red. And the eye doctor looked at it and he saw that I had uveitis. Throughout the years, I had many complications, and when you have uveitis, you get these cells in your eye and they cause inflammation. And I don't remember what happened back then. All I can remember is having a lot of sensitivity to light, sunlight, and the glare would absolutely just hurt me, and I was always wincing with that eye. And that's why I think the eye is more closed. I think those muscles in that eye strengthen so much it just stays closed more than the other one. But I really, when I was I remember seeing some when I was like 10 years old, and it progressively just got worse. When I was about 15, I guess, I could see shadows, and I could see if you'd put up your hand and move. I could tell you were moving your fingers, but I couldn't tell how many fingers were up. Then when I was 18 years old, I had a glaucoma, which before that I had a cataract in that eye. I had several surgeries on the eye, but I really don't know what. I know one was the cataract, one was glaucoma. But the last surgery, when I could still see light and shadows and movement, they tried to control the glaucoma with pills, but it didn't work, so they had to do the operation. And once they did the operation, there was complications, and it was having trouble healing. So my doctor sent me to other doctors, and eventually they got it cleared up. But at that point, I could see nothing. I can't see light. It's total darkness, and my optic nerve is damaged to the point where it can't be fixed. It's still better than getting an artificial eye because the muscles still kind of move with my other eye, but who knows what'll come out eventually. And at that point, I just had it in my left eye. I wasn't worried. I thought I would always be able to see in my right eye. Had no clue what was to come. And I just want to say, I just used Makeup Forever. It's like the first step, but what it is a primer. And this primer, it's good for dry skin. Okay, now I'm gonna do this foundation exactly how I do my other foundation. I'm gonna put it on with my beauty blender. And I have a brush. I could try with the brush, but I always prefer my beauty blender. This is my foundation brush. It's a very good, it's Sephora Professional. I'll try one side with the Beauty Blender and the other side with the brush, and if it doesn't look good, we'll go back and do it. But the foundation that I'm trying today is the Double Wear Light by Estee Lauder. The newest one they just came out with was the Double Wear Nude. Now that one, I didn't think it would work at all for me because it's very light and I like medium to full coverage. And I have worn the full coverage Double Wear before, but I wanted to try this light to see if I could get it up to medium coverage and exactly how it felt on my skin. So that's what we're going to try today. I'm going to try to test out one foundation a week. And can you please leave in the comments if you would like to see more drugstore foundations, because I think I want to start trying out more drugstore products. Okay, and I'm just going to dab a little bit, and the color starts at 0.5 and I have 1.0. Okay, anyways, getting back to my story, when I guess I was in my 30s, about 15 years ago, I used to be nearsighted, and I thought I was having trouble seeing with my glasses. So I went to the doctor thinking I just needed an updated prescription. Well, when she looked into my eye, she said, it was a lady ophthalmologist, she said, honey, you have uveitis in that eye. And I was like, no, I don't have uveitis in that eye. It's in my other eye. What do you mean? And she said, no, you have uveitis. Well, that, to say the least, devastated me because I never was waiting for it. I don't know why, but I should have been. But I went home, told my husband, and we tried to find the best doctor to go to and have gone to very good doctors. But in the process of having it over the last 15 years, it has damaged my eye. What causes you to have the cataract is the steroid drops that they give you for the inflammation. So it's a damned if you do or damned if you don't situation. But anyways, I had the cataract surgery done in North Carolina at Duke University, which they have the best doctor for uveitis there. He is so great. He really is a good doctor. And then it just progressed. I fight it off and on. And just from it getting inflamed, and it's caused me, at one point my vision was so low it was like 2200. And it fluctuates around there. So it's very hard for me to see. But I manage. That's another reason why I wanted to do this YouTube channel. I think I can show people with disabilities and problems with their face or just scar on their face that they can do things. And believe me, it's very hard to get in front of this camera and put myself out there, but I'm doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it just to show myself and try to get me out of this house. Because of the eye problems, I can't drive anymore. So that has really hit me with a blow, because before I worked at my job for 32 years, and when my eye got really bad and I could no longer drive, I just felt like my husband and my 2 children both drive, and they bring me anywhere I want to go, anytime. My husband will take off of work. My son he goes to school part-time and he works part-time, so he has some free time. And my daughter, she helps me. It's just the fact of always having to ask someone just to bring you to the grocery store. I don't like to ask people for anything. I'm just that way. So it's been very hard just not being able to drive. But it's something I need to deal with, and I am dealing with it. But that's where I am today. Just today's a good sight day. It's like every day I look at things and see what kind of day it's going to be, but today's a good sight day. So if anybody has any questions about my eye disease that I can personally answer, I don't think it's a rare eye disease, but I think it's rare that I got it so young. And this eye disease also kind of goes into conjunction with arthritis. And at 7 years old, I also started having symptoms of that. They thought I had juvenile rheumatoid arthritis up until, I guess it was about 18 years old. And a rheumatologist did a chromosome study on me because he thought I had ankylosing spondylitis. And sure enough, I had that marker on my chromosome, and that I do have that. It's just the eye problem. That has been a big issue in my life. But anyways, that's where I'm at now in my life. Trying to do this channel. I have so many ideas for this channel, but anybody that would like to suggest a video, or is there a makeup you would like to see, or one you would like me to try out, I will get it. Just let me know what kind of video you would like, and which eye palette you'd like to see, or a highlighter, or any kind of foundation. I'd be more than happy to do a video on it and test it to see how it wears on my face. As you can see, I quit using the brush. We're using the Beauty Blender, which I find spreads it a lot more even than the brush. But I want to take a little bit more and see if I can get it up to medium coverage. I don't like to dot my whole face because it dries and you can't spread it as good. I forgot to color correct, so I see pink on my face. I usually put a little Ofra color correction. I put a little bit green on my cheeks because they're so red, but you can't really see the red. Let me put a little bit more on this side. I think it's covering it pretty good. I don't know if I have rosacea or just redness. It's pretty red a lot. If I exercise or work out or work in the yard, my face gets really red. Okay. The coverage is really good. I think it covers up my redness real good. It's got a mattifying look to it. I don't see, I think it should have had a little shine, but it is a matte with a little shimmer. But I'll see how it lasts these few days, and then I'll wear it for 12 hours and do some photo tests to show everyone how it wore. Okay. If I forgot any product, I will mention it at the bottom of my video. You can see all the products I used. This is the color correction I used. This is the Ofra Roulette Magic. And what it has the orangey one, 2 different color oranges. That's for under eyes. The green, if you put a little bit on your redness, it'll correct it And when you put your foundation over it, it's kind of like on the color wheel. Red is opposite of green, so it balances it out. Just like if you have the dark under eye circles, it's kind of a purple, so the orange cancels it out. So when you come with the concealer on top, now I'm not sure, I think the lavender is for if you have yellow tones you're trying to get rid of in your skin. But this works really well. I like this little color correcting palette. I use the Tarte Shape Tape to conceal. So what I usually do, I use it to conceal and brighten. So again, I forgot to color correct, but we're going to put a few dots under the eyes. And I usually put it on my nose. A little bit right here. I don't like it to dry too much. Yeah. And then I'll take my beauty blender. Well, I'll say beauty blender. The pink one is a beauty blender. This one I use Real Techniques beauty blenders. Well, Real Techniques sponges. This is the actual beauty blender, which is like 20 bucks. So I've been trying out different ones to see if I can find something a little cheaper. I have a little bitty purple one, but I can't seem to find it at the moment. It works well, but you see the beauty blender gets right up in that corner good. And I just tap, tap, tap. Yeah, this year my daughter is a senior. She will be graduating high school and attending, I think as of now, it's going to be LSU. She had always said been about 80% sure she was going to go to LSU. And she is supposed to try out for the Tiger Band. She plays the trombone. She is an excellent player. My daughter, anything she puts her mind to, she excels at. I sure wish I'd have been more like her as a high school student. She's just so smart. But in the fall, we'll be losing her. My son still comes over a lot, maybe 3 days a week. He'll be here because he's busy with his work and his school. Okay, we're going to tap that in. I don't know, this foundation, I might try a different primer next time because I don't know if it's because it's mattifying. Looks like it's breaking up on my face. I don't know. And it looks dry to me. Maybe it's because I've tried to make it heavier than I should have. I think tomorrow I'm going to wear it and do one coat and leave it light and just see, because it's supposed to be good if you sweat. It's supposed to be good in high humidity areas. And if you go out or you go exercise, it's not supposed to drip off your face. It's supposed to just stay locked in. But if it doesn't start off looking good, my skin is so dry and it just might not be right for my skin type. But for someone else, it may be wonderful. So I'm going to give you a review on what it looks like on my skin and my skin type. And you really never know until you try it yourself. Okay, I think this is good. We're going to put a little bit powder just to lock it in. Let's see, where's my powder brush? I have the Laura Mercier translucent powder, but I find it's drying under my eyes. I I just put a little bit powder. I don't put a lot. Next thing I'm going to do is my eyes. And then I'll finish my face. We're going to use I bought a NYX palette, which is more of a drugstore brand. I've never used NYX. So we're going to see how this works. It's a cool colored palette. They don't have names for them. It's called USP02 Cool Neutrals. So it's the cool neutrals. They also had the warm neutral palette. But I have so many warm palettes, I wanted to get something with some cool colors. Yeah, in the town I live in, we don't have a Sephora or an Ulta. So, okay, I'm going to tap into pretty taupey pink color. And I'm going to try to do this where you can, my husband told me how to sit, but it's going to be hard not to put my hand in front of my eyes. Okay, I'm just going to put this in as my transition color. Don't go too high like what I just did. I didn't mean to go that high. Just stay down here. And we'll put it in this area. Like I was saying, we don't have a Sephora or an Ulta, so a lot of my cosmetics come from online purchases. We do have One Stage department store, and they carry Clinique and Estee Lauder. And they started carrying SmashBox, the Balm. I was so surprised. NYX. And I've seen where they have the Body Shop and some Philosophy bath products. But I was really happy about that. Before, we'd have to drive 25 miles, 20 miles to go to Sephora or Ulta, which we haven't had very long. I know I went to Sephora in North Carolina maybe 20 years ago, and 10 years later maybe we got one near here. But I like to buy online, not foundation, but other things. You get to sit in your home, read about the products, go to YouTube, see some reviews, and just buy online, unless you want it quick. Okay, the next color I'm going to dip into is this dark shade at the bottom, this right here. And I'm going to just keep that in my outer V. Now, Puff and Fluff, another YouTube channel calls it your outer 7 when you have hooded eyes, because of you have to go really higher to put your darker color because of your hooded eyes. The colors don't show in your crease as well. Just tap, and then you see my crease is here, right here. You want to go a little bit above that if you have hooded eyes. And I try to keep the color defined just on the outside, and I'm going to get a blending brush that doesn't have any color on it and just blend it in. I think it had the transition color, which is okay. And you can take it out some. We'll clean that up. You can do circles. You can just blend it out. I always have an eye that I like better than the other one, and it's usually my good eye. The other eye is just so messed up. I hate it. My lid just doesn't show up really well. I'm surprised that these eyeshadow colors are so pigmented. The darkest one was wonderful. I hardly needed to tap into it at all. For drugstore makeup, it's performing really well. Okay, I can see a little bit fallout from the eyeshadow but that's no problem. Usually when I have a palette that has a lot of fallout, I'll do my eyes before I do my foundation. I always want to do my face before my eyes. I don't know, I've done it like that since I was wearing makeup, so since I was younger, so that's what I tend to want to do. But if I think about it and I know the palette is going to have a lot of fallout, I usually do my eyes first. But if you do forget, just put a little bit more powder under your eyes. That way it'll fall on that and you can just dust it away. I also bought this liquid lingerie eyeshadow. It's rose gold. I think I'm going to try to use this on my lid. I'm trying to use more liquid shadows or creamy shadows instead of powder. I'm trying because I tend not to like them. But let's try this and just see how it looks. The doe foot is curved at the end. It has like a flat area, which makes it a little easier to put on. I'm going to put it in my corner here and try to just blend it on my lid. It goes on really well. They have many colors in this liquid lingerie. They have the liquid lingerie lipstick and the eyeshadow. I'm going to go just a little bit higher than my eye, my crease of my eye. Let me see if I can blend better with my finger. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, and what I'm going to do is try to blend it in a little bit. That's the one thing, you need to get you a few good eyeshadow brushes. And it makes all the difference in the world putting on eyeshadow. I don't know how I used to put on eyeshadow because it's really nice having the brushes. You see, with hooded eyes, it's so hard. But it's not bad. Okay, now that we have the lid color on, what we'll do next is highlight the inner corners and right under your brow bone. I'm using the lightest color in the palette. And you just come right under where your eyebrow starts to arch and just put a little highlight there and in the corners of your eye just to draw attention to that area. And then I'm going to take this is an eyeliner, a pencil liner by Laura Geller. It's called Brown Eyed Girl. So we're going to put that on the top lid right by the root of your lashes. I got that eye done. We'll do this eye. And I just put it right close to your lashes as you can put. I start in the center and just go to the outside corner of my eye. And then come back and get the inside corner to the middle. And just keep dabbing and dabbing. And then I'm going to put some near the root of my bottom lashes. Same on this side. I can see the fallout on my cheek. But I just wanted to remind everybody to please subscribe and ring the bell. After you subscribe, they'll have a little bell at the right hand side. If you ring the bell, you'll get notifications whenever I publish a video. Really appreciate it if you would. Okay, now that we have our liner, I'm going to try to dust off some of that fallout from the eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to put on a little blush. Let me highlight a little bit. And also this year I've made a goal. I don't want to say resolution because I never stick to my New Year's resolutions. I'm starting to try to eat healthier. I just need to try to figure out a sugar alternative for my coffee. My coffee, I just don't like it without sugar. I've tried everything, but I'm trying to eat healthier. My daughter's always eating healthy, but I'm trying to lose weight. I don't want to get super skinny. I just want to be able to be comfortable. I'm sure that's everybody's goal in life. So I think I want to lose like maybe 40 pounds this year. And I've already lost 4. I try to eat healthy, and then I'll contour right here to try to make me have a chin. But it's kind of hard on my face, but right here. And a little bit on your forehead. If you have a long forehead, if you highlight a little bit, it'll shorten it. And then I take my highlighter. I use this little straight brush for my highlight. But let me do my blush first. I'm using the Shephora Blush Palette. See, it's called just Blush Palette. They don't have any names. And I find it really works well. Let's see, I'm going to dip into this middle one at the bottom. Just tap in. And you just put it on the apples of your cheek. And then after that, you can come back with your highlighter. Let's see, I'll use the highlighters in here. I'll dip into the first 2 colors of the Anastasia. Beverly is not, and my daughter corrects me all the time. It's Anastasia, Beverly Hills, not Anastasia. So you dip in, I'm going to dip into this one and this one. Tap. But there's nothing like the Ofra highlight. I love it. This one's not as shiny as I'd like it to be, but I like the contour in the palette better than the highlighters. So I guess it depends what you're going to do too. And a little bit on my tip of my nose. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit on my Cupid's bow, but it's not even showing. So let's get a little bit of the Ofra. That's going to pump it up. We're going to watch it glow. Okay. This one again is by Ofra, and it's called Glow Goals, G-O-A-L-S. They have one of the best highlighters on the market. You can see that one. Let's see, let me put a little bit on the other side too. This line was made in conjunction with Ofra and Nikki Tutorials. Yeah, there's the glow. Couldn't see it before. Okay, I just want to contour a little bit on my nose here. Just put a little bit on the sides of your nose, and it'll make it look a little thinner and narrow. Okay. Okay, and we're going to come back, and I want to put a little bit eyeshadow under my eyes, and we'll come back with some mascara. Let's see, I'll put a little bit of that light color we started with. Let's see, and we'll blend in this eyeliner. Yeah, that looks a little better. stay on the outside. Don't go all the way. Make your eyes look a little wider. Okay. I'm going to tap this a little bit. Okay, beauties. This is the finished product. I wanted to let you know that I looked at my receipt. The NYX palette was $18. So it's about less than half of a high-end palette. And I want to let you know that I don't see anything wrong with these eyeshadows. They're very pigmented, especially the darker colors. They went on well. They blended well. So I would give this a thumbs up for a new palette. And it's worth trying any NYX product, any NYX eyeshadow. I also liked the eyeshadow lingerie. It was called Pearl Rose, and this was like $7, which I like the way this worked on my eyes also. And the only thing I really didn't care for was this Sephora Blush Palette. I don't find they are pigmented enough. I'm gonna use it because I bought it. It's not that it's an unusable product, but it's not the best. And lastly, my finishing spray, I used the NYX Dewy Finish. Since I don't like a really matte looking face, I like the shine and a little glow. So I find the Dewy Finish really is a change. It makes you have that little extra on your face. So if you want to try this, it's a long-lasting setting spray. But that is it today. If you are interested, please subscribe to my channel. If you subscribed and you want to receive notifications of when I put up a video, just hit the button next to subscribe, the bell, and you will, anytime I put up a video, you will receive it. I plan on doing at least 3 videos a week. And again, if you have any ideas, any suggestions, any negative suggestions, please comment on the bottom. Any good, bad, things I can get better. I know my lighting's bad. My husband rigged it up, but we plan on buying some better lighting and a few other things. We basically, all we have now is the camera. So, but anyways, have a good day and thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.